Hello everybody, I am Tony. Welcome to my channel. If you've never been here before, special welcome to you. Today we're going to be doing my medium palette collection. I already did a mini palette collection, which is anything from 3 to I think it was 8 pans. So we're going to do the mediums now, which is anything from 9 to 13 pans. I know that's kind of a weird number, but it's just how I figured it out. So we're going to start this off with the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream palette. It looks like this. I really love her palettes. I have quite a few of them. They are stunning and amazing to work with. I just love them. Up next, they're all right in a row because they are the same size. This is the Rustic Glam by Dominique Cosmetics. This one looks like this. It is a really beautiful, eclectic, different type of palette. It's really neat the looks that you can come up with this palette if you just use your imagination. But you have to have a little bit of imagination to make this palette work. It could be hard to work with, but I usually plan my looks ahead of time, at least somewhat. This is the Celestial Storm palette. This is what this looks like. It is absolutely stunning, and not much more I can say about that. It's beautiful. I do have two palettes in here that should have been in the last video, and I just got to them. This is the Violets by Juvia's. It's a little 6-pan palette. This should have been in the last one. And then also this Ace Beauté Grandiose palette. This should have been in the last one. Both very beautiful palettes. Love this one. It reminds me of the fall, but you can use it any time of the year. Alright, next up I have my Glamlite Glam Donut. So let's see if I can get it out of the box. I don't know if I can. Okay. I'm trying. I don't want to mess up my nails. I'm terrible. Okay. This looks like this. It's very, very cute. I love the shadows in here. They perform wonderfully. And this highlighter is awesome. Like, this is a really great palette. It just takes up a little bit too much space. And I keep mine with this because I don't want it to get all dirty and yucky. So, but that's the donut palette. Okay. Up next, I have the Hello Charmer palette from BoxyCharm. This is what this looks like. It's a pretty color story. It's not totally my type of thing, but there are some colors in here that are absolutely beautiful. So I save it for those colors that I really like. Up next, I have the Colored Rain Queen of Hearts palette. It looks like this. It's way too underused. This palette has like such a name for itself, and I barely ever use it. I need to use it more often, definitely. So let me put that back and on to the next. This is the Ace Beauté Paradise Fallen palette. It looks like this. This is the most beautiful purple, like berry tone palette. It is just beautiful. I love it so much. You'll notice very soon, like in this video and the next one, like I'm a huge Ace Beauté fan. They're wonderful. This is a Classical Paradise palette. This is the most wonderful fall palette there is, but I will use it all year long. But this is a fall palette, like beyond all fall palettes. It's absolutely amazing. Nice and grungy and beautiful. Okay, up next we have from Dose of Colors. This is the Desi and Katie Friendication palette. I got this when I first started in makeup, and it's getting to its age, but I'm not ready to get rid of it yet. I'm just too attached to it. It's so beautiful, I can't get rid of it. Up next we have the Urban Decay Wired palette. It looks like this. Just an everyday rainbow palette. Nothing too special about it. Okay, the next one is from Pretty Vulgar. This is Pretty Birdie. It has some really pretty colors in it. Okay, so which way do we want to go now? Alright, this is Violet Voss, All of You Forever. And I don't olive this palette very much. It's not green enough for me. It has some really pretty gold tones in it, but there aren't enough greens in here for me. And to call it an olive palette when there's only 2 greens in it, I don't know. I don't get it. But it is what it is. Next up, I have this NYX rainbow palette. It came in this like Christmas tin from I think 2 years ago, something like that. So it's just a rainbow palette basically. I mean, it gets to the point where it is what it is, you know. Next up, I have the Storybook Cosmetics Fairy Tales Little Briar Rose palette, and it looks like this. Some of these colors in here are absolutely beautiful. Like, I don't have them anywhere else in my collection, so I refuse to get rid of it. So, that is that with that one. Let me try to fit this in here. Okay. This is the Becca Volcano Goddess palette. It looks like this. I save this for these 3 shades. I do use them. I don't use them enough to keep palette for them, but I'm going to try to use it a little more often or get rid of it. One of the two. I have too many everyday palettes that I love to hate or not use a palette and never use a palette. So this is the Tarte High Times and Good Vibes palette, I think. It looks like this. This is also a beautiful palette for like weddings and things like that, because you can use these really pretty tones over here. And you have the glitters if you want to glam up a little bit. I don't know. It's a beautiful palette. I really like this palette. Okay. Up next, we have the Too Faced Pretty Rich palette. I really like this palette too. I actually did a look not too long ago with this, with one of the glitters on my Tutorial Tuesdays. So, I still do use this. It's just not as much as I had hoped. But I do still use it. Next up, we have the Pure Festival palette. It looks like this. And the inside of it looks like this. I don't use this very often, as you can tell. Some of these colors haven't even been touched. So, and you can see the ones that I do use. You guys know me and how I am. This is the Pure Festival 2.0 palette. Let me get this open. It looks so pretty, and then you open it up and there's, I lost a pan. Nice. The black just shattered. Awesome. I get to do the carpet. But anyway, this is the Festival 2.0 palette. Now that it made a mess out of my floor. Only me. I'm going to have to clean that up as soon as I'm done with the video, because I'll forget and step in it. This is the Icy Betch palette from Tarte. it looks like this. I really do like this palette. I have used it a lot. I will continue to use it. I just like it. It's a cool palette. Okay, this palette, I don't know why I still have it. I hate it. This is the Candy Castle palette. It's supposed to be like the Candyland thing, but like all the mattes in here have glitter stuff in them, and then there's like shimmers that don't show up, and this is just an awful palette. I need to get rid of it, but I don't know who to give it to because it sucks really bad. I don't want to give it to somebody that like I care about, you know. Okay, this is a Violet Voss Essentials palette. It looks like this. Very pretty, but a little understated. Next up, I have the Violet Voss Essentials 2 palette. This one I just got in the mail when I got home from vacation, so I have not had time to touch this yet, but it is very beautiful. I love the bright tones in it. It is cuter than the first one, I'll say that. I have the Celestial Thunder palette, which is kind of stupid because I have the Celestial Storm palette and it's the same colors, so I'll probably be getting rid of this too. Next up, I have the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Vault. I'll show you guys these one at a time. This is Armed and Gorgeous. Very pretty gold tones with a pop of green. That's great to go with camo. Up next, we have the Bling Boss palette. This is the purple palette, or mauve, whatever you want to call it. It has those tones in it. This is the Dark Magic palette, the one with the greens in it. Up next, this is the last one. This is the Ring the Alarm, the red one. Red and orange. Very pretty, but I don't use those as often as I should anymore either. Okay, the next one, this is my Violet Voss, the Rainbow palette. This is the big one. They do have a mini of this too, but I got the big one. Very cool rainbow palette, I must say. Okay, let's get into ColourPop. This is the Lilac You A Lot palette. I hope I don't have trouble getting into all these because it's going to take forever. Okay, I'm not going to say much about these. I'm just going to open them. This is the Strawberry Shake palette. This is the Mint to Be palette. I love that palette. This is the Ooh La La palette. Very beautiful. This is the Mar palette. This is the Soul palette. There we go. This is the On Cloud Blue palette. Next up, we have the Just My Luck palette. Then we have the It's My Pleasure palette. And last but not least, for ColourPop, I have the Baby Got Peach palette. So they're all very, very cute. I love my ColourPop, like monochromatic palettes. So let me just stack those up and it's whatever. Okay, this is new. I haven't used it yet, but I had to repress the shadow in it. This is a J-Cat Extreme Access Pocket Shadow. Looks like this. I'm not even going to open it. I'm afraid that shadow is going to fall out too, and I'm going to have to clean up even more. Next up, I have a bunch of the Violet Voss Fun Size palettes. So this is Sweet Violet. Looks like this. This is the Oh Snap palette. Looks like that. This is the Les Macarons palette. This is the Sparkling Cherry Limeade palette. I love this thing. It's so bright and beautiful. This is the Fruit Sorbet palette. Very pretty. There goes a pan in that one. I'm having all kinds of trouble today. Alright. I gotta remember to fix that. This is the I Donut Care palette. I love this palette. Okay, and then the last one for the Violet Voss mini ones is the Forget Me Not palette. Love this palette. It is beautiful. I love using it. It's a great addition to my Violet Voss collection. Okay, up next we're going to do my Huda Beauty 9 pans. So let's start off with the jewel tones. This is the Amethyst Obsessions. It looks like that. Very, very pretty. This is the Emerald Obsessions. This is the first one I ever got out of her 9 pans. This is the Sapphire Obsessions. This is the Ruby Obsessions. Let me put that to the side because this is the Neon Green Obsessions. This is the Neon Pink Obsessions. Don't fall. This is the Neon Orange Obsessions. This is the Pastel Mint Obsession. And then the Pastel Lilac Obsessions palette. Very, very beautiful. Alright. Let me get some of these out of the way, I guess. Okay. Up next, I have this little Norvina palette. It is the Mini Pro Pigment Palette Volume 3. Looks like this. It's very, very pretty. I love these palettes, the big ones. This is the Wilma Coming to America palette. Looks like this. It's a beautiful palette. I love it. I have some of this on my eyes today. So, very cool palette. Next up, I have a NYX palette. This is the Off Tropic palette. Looks like this. Very cool neon rainbow palette. And then I have 3 more and we're done with the medium palettes. I'm so excited. This is the Hank and Henry Fuego or Fire palette. It looks like this. It is very, very pretty. I like it very much. I don't know why I keep things in the plastic and in the cardboard and stuff when I'm just going to throw it away eventually anyway. This is the Hank and Henry Berries palette. It looks like this. It's a beautiful berry tone palette. I am huge on them. I have quite a few. This is the Sweet Tooth palette. So this goes along with all my donut palettes and stuff like that. And this looks like this. Very pretty and beautiful and all that fun stuff. So if you guys are still here with me, awesome. If you would like to join the giveaway, go into the comment section and post like a street sign, like a stop sign or turn right, road curves ahead, something like that for entering the giveaway. So that's that. I'll talk to you guys very soon. I love you all very, very much. Wherever you are, whatever time of day it is, I hope you're having a great one. And that's it. Bye, guys.